Hey everybody, it's Hoag from Full Service. As we pack up the last railway car to the 2014 Full Service Circus, it's time to reflect. So, like last year, I'll be doing a narrated slideshow of all the photos that we've collected from fans and photographers that came to the circus. And we're going to do them in episodes because there's just too many photos, too many stories to tell. So this will be episode 1. It'll focus on the Friday, day 1 of the circus, which will mostly have to do with the welcome party. Like I said, I'm going to narrate it, and Molly suggested that I do it all in George W. Bush's voice, because anything he says is funny. And I thought about it. I was tempted to do so. I had temptations, but I decided not to. Anyway, I hope you enjoy it. I hope the narration's not too annoying. But without further ado, here's episode 1, day 1 of the circus, and stick around for more episodes in the future. Okay, how to do. All right, so we started off the week with some nice press. You want TV? We got you. Fox 7 Morning News. You want radio? We got you. KLBJ Local Licks. And you want print? We got you. We got Austin Chronicle and the Austin American Statesman. Austin American Statesman ran this sweet photo of us in a red Volkswagen Bug, and it came out great. So moving on, here we have some photos of some people en route to the circus. It was cool that people were taking photos of themselves in their cars on the way to Austin. People also sent in some photos of themselves being sad that they're going to miss the circus, but it was cool that they sent those photos in and wished everyone a good time. That's Leslie, AJ, Michael, and another Michael, actually. All right, so we started the day off on Friday with a little informal meetup down at Barton Springs, and we set up a little wiffle ball game for the early birds, people who came into Austin with a little time to spare before the welcome party. Here you can see Bonesaw throwing a devastating knuckleball, and there's Paul Hearn. Looks like he's getting an opposite field single, and his son Camden taking a nice hack. There's me, probably making solid contact in the air to left field, but that usually means it's caught by someone like Sonny, who's out there waiting for the ball. So after the wiffle ball game, we went back to the FSHQ, which is located at Alpine and Wilson, and there's the beautiful street sign, and that is our beautiful mailbox. Colleen got this whale decal and put it on there. It looks great. Obviously, blue team and red team are represented at the FSHQ here on the mailbox. So then this is what you see when you were walking into the welcome party on Friday. You'll see the banner that Nicole made for us at her printing company. And down on the bottom right there, you'll see Brian Simpson doing an exquisite job as security guard, keeping the riffraff away. And there's the riffraff I was talking about. Brian, not doing such a good job. You let these riffraff in. Just kidding. These are our friends. That's Tyler Anderson, Wendy, Evan, and Dustin. Getting their packets in line from Casey and Marissa. There's Casey and Marissa. They did a great job checking everybody in, getting them their bags, their tickets, and whatnot. And looks like Henrietta and a Grateful Dead bear are checking in at this moment. There's Casey and Marissa flashing their signs, I guess. And here they are making kissy face. Everybody get a good look. All right. Anyway, thanks Casey and Marissa for working so hard over the weekend. So the yard is starting to fill up. People are starting to have a good time. There's Coda Crows and Kelly Carr. And behind them, there's Sonny, Amanda Reagan, and Rick Reagan. Rick, I wonder if this is before or after you failed to pop 2 balloons in the balloon dart throw. Burn! Okay, this is what I love about the circus. That's Mike Kelly. And he's sort of just, he's sort of a manly man. I don't know how else to say it. He hunts. He's a civil engineer. He knows a lot about beer. He knows a lot about fixing things. And here he's dressed as Raggedy Ann at the circus. And he's introducing himself to a bearded fellow you all should know. His name is Scott Worthington from, anyone? Charlotte, North Carolina. And beside Mike is his beautiful wife, Mary, dressed as a tiger, maybe? Anyway, here is me giving daps to John Adams because he's my man and we're homies. And in the background, we have Carmen Valario, Dan Bose, and Kyle Black. I continue my hot streak of names. Ryan Helms saying hello here to our rescued feline, Haybale. I don't know who Ryan and Haybale are with right there, so that's my first miss. But dude, let's square it away next time and introduce ourselves again. I bet you guys didn't know that the Man of Steel came to the circus. And that his true identity is not Clark Kent, but Ron Hagenauer, Heg. now. With Ron is Tyler again, Ryan Heilman in the background, and Smell, who is handling a Vitaly, which is very disconcerting to me. He and Vitaly have a tenuous relationship, so I'll have to get to the bottom of that. Here we have Joseph and Karen doing the pimp thing. Well, at least Joseph is. Karen just looks beautiful, as always. And here we have Duffman, a.k.a. Augie, and his wife, girlfriend, fiance? Not sure. I know you guys are together, though, obviously. Anyway, your name's Lauren. That's what I was getting at. And Sherry and Renee, just chilling, kicking it. By the way, Greg, a.k.a. Augie, I have your Duff hat still at the house. We'll hold on to it for you. Keep it safe. There is the man we know as Lazy Bartender. You might know him as Steve from Houston. And he's with his beautiful daughter, Moni. She's just adorable. She, over the weekend, she learned how to give the rock and roll sign. And it was very, very cute. There's Stevie Scott. And also John Dawkins' back. Stevie, it looks like, is dressed up as Vitaly, which I always appreciate. Wild Bill. A Wild Bill sighting in the wild with his wife, fiance, girlfriend. But her name is Amanda Lynn. And Wild Bill and the Lost Knobs performed with us later that night at the club show at Empire Control Room. But it was nice to see them come to the welcome party. Hope you guys had a good time. Here is Smell and his sweetheart, Jessica, chilling with Amanda Reagan. Jess, I love those suspenders. Smell, looking good, bud. Marla Hearn on the left, Paul Hearn on the right. Just a great couple of folks. Chemistar and Derek Hoover kicking it, being funky. There's Meg Owens from the San Francisco area. Looks like she's trying to fix something on Mark's face. Megos, it's futile. You cannot make Mark's face more beautiful. But Mark, don't worry, my girlfriend always tries to do it to me too. By the way, Mark, happy World Series to you and your San Francisco Giants. I saw you wearing the Giants shirt over the Circus weekend, so happy for you. And then, P.S., there's Stefan Kazuologist Stroud in the cut, looking on creepily. Stefan, why don't you just take that sticker off your glasses? Or is that like a cool thing to do? Sorry, I don't know why I'm giving you so much crap. There's Hay Bale. So the animals of the HQ just sort of didn't really know what was going on. I think they were a little overwhelmed. Hay Bale's like, who are all these people? Jack's inside, like, get them away from me. And the chicken, chickens are stupid. They don't know what's going on ever. So another day at the office for her. This here is a banner that James Gilpatrick and his girlfriend Selena from, I think, San Antonio, maybe San Marcos. Anyway, they made this banner. They hand drew it. You can see here the early stages of their drawing, and it was great. They had everybody sign it, and at the end of the circus, they gave it to us. So thanks for leaving that here, you guys. That's a very circus-y craft and arts, otherwise known as arts and crafts thing to do. Jeez, what happened there? Anyway, moving on. Kyle Black did not make a huge, awesome poster, but he did paint his toenails, and here they are. Look at them. You got pretty feet, Kyle. I actually thought that was a woman's pair of feet at first, but let's go back to the shot of him standing there and pan down. Look at those. Oh, great pedicure, bro. We had the puppet show set up, the little puppet theater we made. There they are. There's Lionel, Vitaly, Murphy, and Layla, and they would go on to do a puppet show later in the weekend on Sunday. And here are some kiddos going up there taking some photos with the puppets. Good to see. And there's an adult as well, Stevie Scott. Anyway, Bonesaw and Vitaly gave a little welcome speech. And there's a little sweet little baby girl looking on, and a whole lot of adults looking on too. It's good to see that both kids and adults can enjoy a little furry blue monster. So yeah, there's a lot of people in the backyard. So earlier in the day, we had to make an emergency exit. I came home and I found my dad and Bonesaw just hacking away at the fence in case there was a fire or something, and all you beautiful people had to be evacuated. We had your back. Here is TJ and Beaker. Beaker's from Solid Rock Brewing. They're one of our great sponsors here at the Circus, and they're here at the keg station. And, of course, Deep Eddy Vodka. Again, this year they really stepped up their game. They had a huge tent, a great display going on. Gaddy's Pizza. Provide a lot of pizza here. My mom is getting it all together, separating the veggie from the sausage or whatever, and you see a whole lot of Vitalis up there looking in quiet desperation down at the za, wishing they could devour it, but instead being assigned a cruel fate on those little wooden poles. Sorry, V-Man. Anyway, we had a game set up this year again, thanks to Stacy and Ron for manning the booth. A lot of people played the dart throw, where if you hit 2 balloons, you get a prize. Not a lot of people played my Murphy game, which was called Burp, and you threw a little stuffed animal and tried to get it in Murphy's mouth. I spent a lot of time on it. I was a little disappointed nobody played it, but I think it was because it was too hard, and that's my fault. That's on me, you guys. Anyway, if you won at the Circus Games booth, you could choose one of these prizes here: stickers, posters, old CDs, etc. And here, Bonesaw. Here's what I love about Bonesaw. He is like the president of this whole operation, right? But he's not above getting his hands dirty, getting in the trenches. Right here, he sees, oh, a balloon needs to be filled up. I can do that. There's a million things going on, but he pays attention to the details as well. Here we are at the merchandise booth. Kat from Houston was running it at the welcome party, and there's some people trying to buy some merch. Actually, those aren't people. Those are a monster and a human being trying to buy merch. Here's a close-up of some of the items we had for purchase at the merch table. Hats, shirts, Sunny's limited edition painting there on the bottom left, which I'm told they all sold almost immediately. So congratulations, Sunny. That was awesome. We had a make-your-own t-shirt booth, and Kat from Austin ran that. And people could go up and choose a screen, choose a shirt, choose an ink color, and make their own t-shirt. Here we have Megan. She came through with sort of an impromptu balloon sculpting situation. Thanks for making balloons for people, Megan. This is my comics display. So I made a bunch of comics in the months leading up to the circus, probably in the year leading up to the circus, and I started sending them in to the Austin Chronicle in an effort to get a cover story about the circus. Didn't get a cover story, but we got a story, and I have a feeling next year we may get that cover story. But anyway, all these comics we just sort of put together. They sort of tell the story of the lead up to the circus, and I hope you guys got a chance to check that out. They were really fun to make. Here we have the Fansaw Hall of Fame. We've never had a Hall of Fame before this. We unveiled this at the circus this year. The criteria to get into the Fansaw Hall of Fame was that you had to host at least 2 20 tour shows. Those are the shows where we go around and play people's living rooms or backyards or whatever. So if you hosted at least 2, you got on the wall. I think there were 16 inaugural inductees, and we forgot 3. We forgot Greg and Lauren from Canada, and they were cool about it though. We forgot somebody else. Wow, I'm forgetting who I'm forgetting. But anyway, last but not least, we forgot Ryan and Daisy Smith, and they were not happy about it. They were probably the most aggressively disgruntled about it, as evidenced by this picture. Oof, sorry guys. We also did a silent auction this year. We had a lot of things up for auction. Some pillows that some fans made, some old cymbals that I cracked a while ago and turned into clocks. Sonny's mom, Nancy, made a quilt out of all the old t-shirt designs, and that was a big hit. Carla Burkle from South Carolina made some coasters out of our album covers. Evan Stern made some little mini posters. And down there in the bottom left, you can see Sean's jewelry. He put that up for auction. Also, among the items, my dad's autobiography, which I think James got. James, I hope you enjoy it. A lot of juicy gossip in there, I'm sure. Nick from Philadelphia sent in some pint glasses that we put up for auction as well. And Jim Fox made this puzzle. I think it's called Puzzleometry. It's full service themed. And I think Andrew Hartnett won that. And that's fitting because he's smart and he seems like the kind of guy that can solve puzzles. I want to thank Mom Saw and Dad Saw, by the way. Without them, the silent auction definitely would not have happened. It was Bonesaw's idea to do it, but we really didn't have an execution plan in place, and my dad and mom really filled that void, so thank you guys. This year again, I did a tour of the HQ inside and out. There were, I think, 105 points of interest around the property, and I put the descriptions on these little yellow cards, and people sort of seeked those out and hopefully had some fun. We printed out this huge poster of the picture that was in the Austin American-Statesman of us inside that red Volkswagen Bug, and people, we cut out the faces, and people substituted their pretty faces for our ugly faces. So thanks for doing that, you guys. People also went up to the stage and took some photos in front of the banner. That was cool. And then the time came for us to put the photographer on the roof of the HQ and raise our glass and take a big group photo at the welcome party. This is a pretty epic photo, and I don't even like to use the word epic, but that's what it is. So thank you for tuning in to episode 1 of the 2014 Full Service Circus Narrated Slideshow. Tune in next week, which is when I hope I can get the other one done by. That'll be the Empire Control Room show and a photo recap of the Red Team Blue Team soccer match. Thanks for watching.